Hello, and welcome to the weekly look ahead for week 8. All right, well, the last time I did one of these videos, you hadn't taken an exam yet. Now it's been almost a week since you took the midterm one, and I hope it went very well. I haven't had a chance yet to grade the numerical math-based problems with your uploaded work, nor the essay problems. But now that it's been a week, it's got to the top of my to-do list, so I'll probably be doing that later this week during the week. And if not, then certainly within the 2-week time frame, you'll get all your grades back. In the meantime, of course, we've carried on with some new material. So far, we've seen a chapter on on the Earth, right? So that was an interesting chapter. We talked all about particular characteristics of Earth as a planet, and we'll of course compare that to other planets, and it compares best to the terrestrial planets, which is going to be the next few chapters. And you've done a homework on that, which was just recently due, and some participation. But of course, the participation you can hold off on doing those because they won't be officially due until the day of the next exam, which is until May 5th, right? So our next exam, the second midterm, is pretty close to the final. And so we have quite a while now, the rest of March and all of April, before we have another exam. But of course, we're going to continue on with the content. And today, we've really kind of got into the content on Chapter 8. I've posted the new reading quiz, which will unlock tonight at 11:59. I'm recording this on Tuesday, March 9th. Of course, you also have a homework that is already available that is due this Sunday. The homework has a couple of tutorials talking about, well, the topic, the moon and Mercury. Also has some numerical problems focusing on a few ideas. They're all covered within the more precisely material within the chapter itself. One is escape velocities of gases and why some planets have atmospheres and some don't. One of the big reasons is atmospheres. One of the big reasons to have atmospheres is size. If a planet isn't big enough, it can't really hold on to an atmosphere. The moon isn't a planet, but it is a large moon and is not big enough to hold onto an atmosphere. And that's certainly the same Mercury as well. And if you're wondering why Mercury and the moon are lumped together, it's because they do actually share a lot in common. Or you can also think of it as the fact that there's not as much to say about Mercury. It is arguably the least interesting of all the terrestrial planets. And so there's room to talk about the moon too. But either way, we're going to talk about the moon and Mercury, and then we'll talk about Venus next week. But the participation questions cover many of the same ideas about, what are the main topics about these worlds, including ideas about the different sides of the moon and kind of the gravitational tug and pull between Earth and the moon, as well as a very interesting thing about Mercury's orbit, because Mercury has a very interesting orbit, which also comes up in the quantitative side of the homework about this resonance between the fact that Mercury's day is rather long. It's 60 Earth days, whereas Mercury's year is only 90 Earth days. So it's a day that's 2/3 as long as its year. And so it creates some very, very interesting behavior of that particular planet as it orbits so close to the sun. Okay, so but again, this is really kind of getting into these chapters that are very clearly delineated between talking about these different worlds, these different planets. We had Earth last week, we got the moon and Mercury, then we got, if you look at the calendar down below me, you see we got Venus, then Mars, then Jupiter, then we have spring break, and then Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So it's real nice. We get to spend a lot of time, excuse me, a lot of time in the solar system, just getting all these interesting details. So I think that's going to be really, really something to look forward to. And that is why it's a while till we have the next midterm, because I want to get through all these chapters and have us just really, have this overview. All right. So as far as what else you're going to be seeing this week, other than the due dates and assignments already mentioned, of course, is going to be the lecture. I'm going to record the lecture tomorrow on Wednesday, March 10th. So take a look out for that. It'll be posted on YouTube and linked up on the page there for lecture 7. Okay. Well, I hope that all sounds great, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.